It gives me great pleasure to offer you this communication skills training course that is part of SETA's online customer service training program. 4 significant topics will be covered in this training session. First, we will talk about what communication is. We'll also talk about how crucial communication is to a business person. Next, we'll talk about various forms of communication, such as written, vocal, and nonverbal interactions. Let's break down what communication entails to start our conversation. To put it simply, communication is just an exchange of ideas about a specific subject between 2 or more people. It is assumed that for communication to be effective, there must be a minimum of 2 participants in the discourse. For there to be effective communication between the 2 sides, there must be a message that is exchanged, and it must have some sort of meaning. Communication is a process, and there are several important components to this process that need to be discussed. For successful communication, there must first be a sender who uses a specific medium or communication method to transmit a message to a recipient. A positive response to this specific message will depend on the circumstances at the time it is sent. There are several obstacles to communication that could jeopardize a conversation or procedure if the recipient misunderstands what is being said. The receiver's ability to receive the message will be restricted by these obstacles. Let's examine how communication hurdles can have a detrimental effect on a discussion and on your ability to communicate with others, whether you are a blind or a business person. Let's discuss this scenario. You are a business person engaged in the installation of TV satellite dishes. You try to let the client know that you will only handle the installation, but won't be handling technical support, maintenance, or any kind of aftercare support. However, the setting is unsuitable because you communicate with the client over a phone. The line keeps breaking due to unfavorable weather conditions. As a result, the client is unable to truly understand what the business representative says, and there is also no written record of this conversation. A year later, the client is having problems with her satellite dish and try to get an after-service from you, but you don't provide this kind of after-service. Due to the initial poor communication with the client, you now enter a confrontational situation. Thus, the bare least that we should be learning from this exercise is that we should ensure that our communication is clearly understood by the receiver of our communication at the time of communication. In conclusion, it is crucial to continually keep in mind that feedback shouldn't merely be kinetic, but also specific. The client needs to clarify what they understood from the entire discussion. If you don't ensure that this communication process has taken place effectively, you may end up losing a sale or even a valuable client.